Hey everyone, welcome to the channel where we love to talk about movies. Welcome especially if you're new. If you enjoy talking about movies and staying up to speed on what's in theaters and what's worth checking out, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a review. Alright, with that we're going to get into today's review, which is for Lyle, Crocodile. And just beginning off with a synopsis, this is a feature film based on the children's book about a crocodile that lives in New York City. So we're going to talk to 5 points on the film that kind of stood out to me, and then I'll wrap up with my final thoughts and letter grade on the film. So first up, we have the neighbor guy in the film is made out to be the villain. And I was not really on board with that. Other than I would say there's like one thing that he does that I would actually consider wrong, but he was being, I think, just a pretty normal human being and a normal like person in how he would react to the type of neighbors he had living above him. But the film makes him out to be like, yeah, a villain for doing that and for wanting like peace and quiet at 3 a.m. in the morning, which, yeah, I didn't really care for that sort of messaging. There's like, yes, you should be welcoming of people, but like it's got to be a two-way street in a relationship. And he might have overreacted, but I think he was fully justified in needing to react. And yeah, I think it was still a pretty pretty justified response. So I didn't really care for that in the film. The second thing that stood out to me, this is more of just a comment. I think it happens pretty early on. I'm gonna keep this spoiler free, but there's like one of the in the first act, the main kid Josh, he like is hanging out or spending time with Lyle, and they end up going dumpster diving, and he eats food that they scavenge from the dumpsters, and that was hard to watch. I was like, I don't know what sort of messaging this is going to send to kids in general, but I would not encourage dumpster diving. I think that, that's, that cannot be good to be putting into your body. I mean, there's probably some stuff that's okay to eat, but like, like, how he didn't get sick from that, I just did not understand. And then the third point, for it being a musical, I thought the music was just fine at best. I didn't really care for it a whole lot, and really didn't hit the spot for it being a musical. Unfortunately, like that's if you're a musical, you gotta pull through on that, and this one didn't for me. The fourth point, I actually liked Trudy's character, I think the best of all the characters in the film. I didn't like I thought she was great and I wish we had gotten more of her. But at the same time, I thought like the movie treated her character so poorly. Like the main character Josh, I guess this is maybe a minor spoiler, but it's a family film. I don't know how much you can really spoil. But the main character, like they moved to the big city and he's just like bummed out because he doesn't have any friends. And so like that's why Lyle is such a big deal in his life because he feels like he finally has a friend. But in like doing so, like simultaneously, Trudy actually wants to be his friend, and he does like absolutely nothing to reciprocate that, which I thought she was, yeah, just an amazing character. She like sees this new kid at school, thinks he's kind of weird, but she's still nice to him. Like I feel like he just uses her in the film to do him a favor, and he's not actually her friend. So I didn't really like that either as far as how the story played out on that front, because I think she was one of the best characters and she was just not treated very well in my opinion. And then lastly, without going into specifics, I thought the messaging of the film was kind of contradictory. It's all about kind of examining how we treat people, and like how it's not good to use people and try to make them into something that we want them to be, but rather, support them and let them be who they want to be. And it does that on one front, but then at least on another, if not multiple others, it kind of contradicts that message and shows people changing and people pushing other people to change when they don't really want to change into that themselves. So I didn't really care for the mixed messaging there. I think what it was trying to go for, it is a good message that, you shouldn't push people to be people that they're not. And you shouldn't push people to be things to self-serve or to serve yourself. But yeah, I think it didn't pull it off, and I think it would probably be slightly confusing for kids to sort out when they see that in a movie. But yeah, those are 5 things that stood out to me. Overall, this was actually a very hard film for me to watch. Like, if I wasn't doing reviews for movies, I wanted to walk out of the theater multiple times throughout the film. Not because it was just like so bad, but I was so thoroughly bored and uninterested. So given that level of engagement, or rather disengagement on my part, I have to give it a D. Again, it didn't do anything like like, I don't know. I wasn't sure that I wanted to put it in the D category as like a bad film, but I was so disinterested and thoroughly bored throughout that I really couldn't put it any higher. Even though there's some good elements in there, like I think the CGI was fine, and things like that. But there are several others. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to take Javier Bardem seriously after playing a role like this. Like, going from a character in No Country for Old Men to this is, I mean, I suppose it speaks to his acting capability, but man, it's a character that he plays in this film. So yeah, I don't know. There isn't a whole lot of redeeming qualities, and as is usual, there's a point in the film where, yeah, like, there's some mixed messaging. Like, I don't think, even in like a humorous fashion, there shouldn't be jokingly, like, the movie shouldn't be saying that it's okay to steal someone's pet and then assault them when they try to object, which this movie does. And it makes it seem like it's okay because the person isn't portrayed as the best person. But like, that's really not okay, and we shouldn't be putting that into family films because, yeah, so much. Yeah, we won't, we'll kind of stop it there. But like, I think it's needless violence like that, or like physical assault in movies where it's just played off for comedy, is at least one instance of needless, like, assault that we don't need to introduce to people. So, and to frame it in a way that it's like good, like, because it's not good to physically assault somebody. So I'm definitely getting into nitpicking territory at this point. That's where my brain goes when I'm as bored as I was with this film. So yeah, wrapping things up, I don't recommend this film. I didn't find it entertaining. I mean, with all respect to everyone who worked on this film, I think there's a lot of hard work that went into it, and I see that, but I didn't think it was a good film at the end of the day. So if you've had a chance to see it, though, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I mean, I hope people enjoy it more than I did. I certainly don't hope people want to walk out of it like I did. But that being said, yeah, that is my honest review on it. So if you enjoyed this review, be sure to smash that like and subscribe button. And with that, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.